Hello and welcome to another edition of This Week in Disc Golf. It is June 23rd. I'm Charlie Eisenhood. Let's talk about what happened this week. Well, we had the Match Play Championships up in Bailey, Colorado, and we got 16 players going head-to-head in MPO and FPO, trying to take down a $10,000 first place prize. Let's get things started in FPO. Early on, Ella Hansen showing off the distance. Easy hyzer up to the basket in pool play. Players had to play 3 12-hole matches against other players, and the top player from each 4-person pool advancing to the semifinals. So Ella Hansen cooking early. We're up at altitude, folks. Bailey and the Rockies, west of Denver. And Owen Scoggins also playing well early on. Cannon some putts, tapping in some easy birdies, winning the match, and she gets through to semis. She'll play Lisa Fakis, Ella Hansen taking on Natalie Ryan. So first, get a look at Fakis, but Owen Scoggins answers, halves the hole. Scoggins, she's got no problem playing at altitude. She's already thrown over stable plastic. She gets inside the circle and cashes in the putt. Just like that, Owen Scoggins looking great on the green as per usual. Hole 10, she's got a 3-hole lead and puts it away. Dominant win over Lisa Fakis to make it to the final. In the other semifinal, Ella Hansen down early, hole 4. Going a bit long of the basket left, but coming back, hitting the putt, winning the hole. Now, Natalie Ryan's down a hole as we move over to hole number 8. And she gets inside the circle, so they get all square, heading into hole 9. Hansen, huge hyzer coming in. Catching a little roll, but still inside putting range, and man, has her putter improved. She knocks in another one. She wins the hole. She's up 1 heading into 11. Third throw on the par 5. Way up into the air and trickling to about 30 feet. Natalie Ryan can't find the par putt. She'll drop the hole to Hansen, and that will do it. So Hansen moves on. She faces Owen Scoggins in the final. Owen Scoggins, the 5 seed, Ella the 3. Scoggins, little ace run action. And why not ace run it when you know you're going to make the putt? Early hole win for Owen. Hansen, already down 2 holes on hole 5. Beautiful second shot there. She'll get the birdie. Gets one back. Scoggins, though, chance to steal another one on 7. She's back up by 2 holes. Ella, hole 8, par 3. Little ground play. Gets her inside the circle. Owen Scoggins, way downtown, out of position, but, well, she's going to knock it in. She's going to have to try to have the hole now. Hansen can't get it, so like that, Hansen in such a better position off the tee, but Scoggins cans the putt. Hansen can't make hers. Scoggins lead now 3 holes. So Owen, again inside the circle, elevated basket, not a problem, and that will do it. She wins the match. A little hug from Ella Hansen, and Owen Scoggins is $10,000 richer. So with the win, it becomes Owen Scoggins' biggest ever payday by a long way, $10,000 in her pocket, and it's her first win on tour since the challenge at Goat Hill back in 2020 when it was a Silver Series event. Now over to MPO. Early on, Joel Freeman, who's been having a fantastic season, knocking down a putt from distance, and how about another one, this time to win the hole, and he just could not stop, and he reined it in early on, and looked excellent in pool play on his way to reaching the semifinals. Kevin Jones needing that to have the hole, does so, and he takes down the early match win as well. So Kevin Jones looking good in pool play, but they got to go up against Gannon Buhr and James Conrad, the number 1 and number 2 seeds. So Joel Freeman on the tee on 1. Look at this tee shot. Playing against James Conrad, semifinals, turnover backhand. That's a thing of beauty. That's the way to kick off your match play round. More Freeman. Looking like he's a little long, but catches the tree, and that's the kind of kick you want to see. Puts him inside the circle. So Conrad down 2 on the tee of 7. Disc fading out a little bit early. Needs a long putt to go down, and he gets it. So Conrad still down 2 after 9 holes. Just missing on the birdie on hole number 10. And with just a 12-hole match, that's a tough situation. So Freeman goes on to win it. Gannon Buhr looking good early with the long putt, but Kevin Jones down 1. Beautiful tee shot on 4. And would go on to cash in the putt and win the hole. Back to all square. He would manage to extend his play, and the putting was on for Kevin Jones, so he gets through to the final. Double upsets of Conrad and Buhr, so Freeman and Jones facing off in the final. Joel, hole 2, all tied up. Slides it right up to the basket. Smooth shot from Freeman early. That gets him the 1-hole lead. Now on to hole 4. Can't do it a whole lot better than that. So Jones now facing a 2-shot deficit. Needs this to go down to try to win the hole. Doesn't get it to go. So Freeman's got a chance to win the hole. Off the rim, and see you later on this sloped green. And this disc, it just will not stop. It's going up over the logs and everything. So Freeman loses that hole to Jones. Jones gets back within 1. We go to hole 9. KJ USA sliding it up to the basket. Freeman further away, but he knocks down the putt. Gets the win on that hole. We're on 11. Second shot, par 4 for Freeman. It's knocked down a little early, but Jones unable to knock down the long putt. So Freeman is able to tap it in and win the match. Playing great disc golf, and Kevin Jones always such a gamer in these settings, but it's Joel Freeman that's taken home the $10,000 prize. Like Owen Scoggins, Joel Freeman taking home easily the biggest payday of his career. Most he'd won before is about $3,000. Now a $10,000 prize to his name. He's currently 6th in the Disc Golf Pro Tour standing, so he's looking good for the Disc Golf Pro Tour Championship and a couple of early buys. Maybe he wouldn't need him, though, the way he played at the Match Play Championship this weekend. So that brings us to our social media minute. Well, Kristen Tatar was supposed to come over and play in the Preserve as she got ready for the U.S. Women's Championship coming up next week. But her partner, Silver Lott, contracted COVID, and she posted on Instagram that she's going to be postponing her trip indefinitely. Hopefully, we'll still be able to see her at the U.S. Women's Championship in Madison, Wisconsin next week. But of course, there's a chance that she could get COVID or that she's still not ready to travel, so it remains to be seen where things will stand with that. Also, Hannah Blomroos withdrawing from the Preserve after dealing with some lower back pain. She thinks she's going to be good to go for next week, so we'll see what happens. Evelina Salonen, though, will be in the field this weekend as she is back over here from Europe, and so she will hold it down for the Europeans in FPO. And the Preserve, of course, coming up this weekend on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. It's the next Elite Series stop and the last one before the next PDGA Major, the U.S. Women's Championships. It's being held at Clearwater, Minnesota at the Airborne Preserve, designed by Cale LaVisca, on the Black Bear course. and it's quickly become a favorite with pros after debuting on the tour in 2020 following the COVID-19 hiatus. And so you're going to see a lot of distance, a lot of big arm action, not a ton of artificial OB, and we've seen some very exciting finishes down the stretch at this tournament the past few years. Ricky Wysocki won it last year by a stroke over Eagle McMahon and 2 strokes over Paul McBeth. Wysocki has been out with a knee injury due to swelling in his knee, but he is back in the field and ready to defend his title. Kristen Tatar won this last year by 10 strokes over Paige Pierce, and as mentioned, she will not be in the field this time around. Haley King finishing in 3rd in 2021. Of course, you can find all the action from the Preserve on the Disc Golf Pro Tour on all of your favorite YouTube channels, as well as the Disc Golf Network. Coverage will be DGN exclusive for the first 2 rounds, but Sunday's final round will be available for free live on YouTube. So make sure you like and subscribe and follow all things Disc Golf Pro Tour right here on the DGPT YouTube channel. That's going to do it for This Week in Disc Golf. Enjoy the Preserve, everybody, and we'll talk to you next week.